Good afternoon and welcome to our Living with Wildfire mini-series. Today we have Carol Fall with us who's going to talk about Firewise Landscaping, and she comes to us from Trinity Center Volunteer Fire Department.
Hi everybody. My name's Carol Fall. I'm a master gardener and also a firefighter. So I want to talk to you about plant selection, landscape design, and a little bit about mulch. So the main thing to know about Firewise Landscaping is that every plant will burn. They will all provide fuel load to you or to a fire. So the key is to choose plants that are less flammable. How would you know which plants are flammable? So they're the ones that have aromatic leaves or waxy leaves. These waxes, terpenes, or oils are what are flammable and what will make them more tend to flame up. So they can also have fine, dry, or dead material like a lot of ornamental grasses. They might have loose or papery bark like madrone, and they tend to have sap that is gummy or resinous. So things that are flammable are a lot of herbs. They smell great, like artemisia and rosemary. The conifers, like cedars, junipers, firs, pines, arborvitae, all those kind of shrubs are highly flammable. Ornamental grasses and broom. Next slide. So what are less flammable plants? Those are ones that have moist, supple leaves. So deciduous trees, deciduous shrubs. Things like maples and fruit trees are less flammable. Shrubs like lilacs, dogwood, redbud, they have moist, supple leaves. They might have flowers that smell wonderful, but the leaves themselves don't have that aromatic tendency. They don't accumulate dry, dead material. They have water-like sap, and they have low resin materials. And a lot of our annual flowers are also less flammable. They have the nice soft leaves. They might have the flowers that smell good, but they, when they're well watered, are not as flammable. Next slide. So the other thing to remember in designing your Firewise landscape is that you want a mosaic. You don't want a line of some type of plant that will lead a fire to your house. So you don't want a line of shrubs going up your driveway or down your fence line that are unbroken, that if one of them catches fire at the end, will catch the next one on fire and lead the fire to your house. You want little islands. You want a broken up design. So this is my yard before I kind of worked on it for a bit. So this line of mint that was against the deck is now gone. And this pathway is now widened to 5 feet. This pathway is now widened to 5 feet with non-combustible materials. The artemisia and rosemary are here, have been evicted further away from the house, greater than 30 feet. This island that remains has all deciduous, well-watered plants. There's maples, a fruit tree, and just some flowers and non-flammable or less flammable herbs. So that's the kind of thing that you can do to create a landscape mosaic that is less likely to produce a lot of heat right next to your house. Next slide. Another thing you can do is get rid of foundation planting. These foundation plantings under a window and into a corner were a threat to this house, which was in the Carr fire. You look at it and you think that would be a great fire resistant landscape, right? There's just lawn and rock, but they have plants under the windows and right up next to the foundation of the house. So these plants were on fire and transferring heat into the house. They were melting the blinds behind the windows when the firefighters arrived to put those little spot fires out. So you don't want to have foundation plantings. You want to have 5 feet of non-combustible material adjacent to your house. Next slide. The last thing is, a lot of us have mulch in our landscape. And the thing is, mulch, a lot of kinds of mulch that we buy will burn, particularly shredded rubber, pine needles, shredded red cedar, and pine bark nuggets. Those are the kind of thing that embers land in those. They smolder for a while, and then they'll catch fire. So what you want to do is shift further down to less flammable mulch. One option is the wood chips, bark, and other stuff that are the byproduct of a chipping program. One of the reasons those are less flammable is they compact. So there's not air in there, and so they don't carry fire as well, but they will burn. So the best thing is gravel, rock, or decomposed granite, those non-flammable mulches. So now the thing that you can do is move your flammable plants more than 30 feet away from your house, right outside the zone 1 in your defensible space. You can break up your landscape into mosaics so it won't carry a fire to your house. And you can move further down the mulch ladder. So less flammable mulch, now's the time to replace it. Now's a great time of the year to move plants because they're less stressed and the ground is easier to dig. So go for it and make yourself a more fire-safe, fire-wise landscape.
Thank you all for joining us today, and keep checking back on the Trinity County Fire Safe Council Facebook page and the Trinity County RCD Instagram and Twitter page. We'll be continuing this Living with Wildfire mini series throughout this week, and we look forward to having you join us again. Have a great day.